Hey everybody, it's Tatum Gray here with Guardian Voice of the Missing with my co-host Ricky with Kansas Missing and Unsolved. How are you doing tonight, Ricky?
Doing all right. Just trying to get it shared out here a little bit.
Okay. Rhonda Carpenter is
As
saying
my computer's
hello.
being naturally slow as usual.
Chris Unruh is here. Hi, Chris. How are you doing?
How's everybody out there doing tonight?
Not sure who this is, but they said hello, Guardian. Hello. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Let us know that you guys are here, where you're from, um, how your week's going. did
There we go.
you did you get it up and shared to KMU?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know who
Okay.
Facebook user is that says hello Guardian, but hello.
Yeah, I saw that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
We come to find out that if you comment from the Guardian group, it will come up as Facebook user instead of your name. But if you're watching it on the Guardian page, it'll come up with your name when you comment. We
and
discovered.
then also YouTube, I
Yes.
think will come up. At least it's what
Yes.
it's looking like. So yeah, um, yeah. So I hope everybody's doing good. We'll go ahead and get started here with tonight's show. The first two cases are the first case is out of South Dakota. This is Anthony Bad Milk. He is missing out of Rapid City, South Dakota on January 14th of 2023. He is 13 years old, 5'6", 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Anthony was last seen wearing a black hoodie and blue jeans. If you have any information regarding Anthony's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605 294 4131. And there are several cases out of South Dakota tonight. Trying to help Rapid City law enforcement get some of their people located and information out for them. Um, the next one is Destiny Hearing. She also is out of Rapid City, South Dakota. She went missing on November 28th of 2022. She is 17 years old, 5'7", 115 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes. Destiny does have the bottom lip piercing and multiple tattoos. She was last seen wearing a tan jacket and gray leggings. If you have any information regarding Destiny's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605 394 4131. And another Facebook user saying, hello, Tatum and Ricky.
Hello.
Okay. So this was a case that someone asked me if I would put a flyer together out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Her name is Becky Marie Marzo. She went missing December 15th of 2003. She was 23 at the time of her disappearance. She is now 42. Her height is between 5'1" and 5'3", 120 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes. Excuse me. She does have a scar of a dog bite on her left wrist and scarring on both of her ears for her tube operation. Becky's nose has been fractured before, and she does wear glasses, which were at the time oval silvered wire frames. Becky has a tattoo on her lower back, a broken heart with a rose through it. Becky was last seen at her home in the vicinity of the 3100 block of North 5th Street in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She had been dropped off by a friend after an evening out. During that time, she was out. Her boyfriend and her were not getting along. Becky was living with her boyfriend, who had a history of domestic violence. She had previously pressed charges against him due to the domestic abuse from him and had moved to Florida, but had returned after a couple of months back to Wisconsin and resumed her relationship with him. Charges were dropped when she failed to go to court. Her ex-boyfriend was awaiting trial for another case of sexual assault on another girlfriend. However, he did commit suicide in October of 2007, leaving a note that he was denying any rape or killing anyone. He had not been cooperative with police prior to his death. Becky had been attending college and almost had completed her accounting degree. She had no activity on credit cards. Her $500 paycheck was left uncashed, and she may have traveled to Miami, Florida. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. If you have any information regarding Becky's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee Police Department Sensitive Crimes Division at 414-935-7405. The case number is 1003-10130. She also is on NamUs MP292. Oh, my allergies are getting me today. Do you want to do Dontre Hunter, Ricky?
Sure. Yeah, Dontre Miguel Hunter, missing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin since August 20th, 1975. He was a year old when he went missing. He's now 49, 3 foot tall, 30 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Dontre was last seen playing outside his home with his sister while his mother was inside getting his infant brother dressed. He was wearing a white t-shirt, olive green pants, and white sneakers. His sister went in to go to the bathroom, and when she came back out, Dontre was gone. None of the neighbors heard or seen anything that was suspicious. Dontre has never been seen since then. If you have any information regarding Dontre's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department. Their Sensitive Crimes Division at 414-935-7405 and see if we can help get some information going and find out what happened to Dontre.
Yeah. It's an interesting case that they haven't.
Yeah, it is.
We have people just don't vanish advocacy out there. She said, on behalf of the people that don't just vanish advocacy, please help share and bring awareness to these cases and help bring them home. And she also says, I hope all is well, Tatum and Ricky. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I hope you are too. And she also says, thanks for everything you both do for the missing. Same to you. I know you do a lot as well.
Thank you. Try doing my best, that's for sure.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Do you want to cover Melissa Trumpy?
Sure. See what I can do here. Let's see. Let me pull that flyer bigger where I can read it better. Give me just a minute. I did not say that way. Come on. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I'll just read it. See, Melissa Ann Trumpy went missing on October 26, 2021. She was 37 when she went missing. She's now 38. She's 5'10", 163 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes. She does have the following piercings on her nose, upper lip, 3 studs on her right cheek, 4 on her left cheek, which is right there on the lower part of the flyer there. She has multiple tattoos. She has a heart in the middle of her chest and swallow birds on the left thigh with a skull with other multiple tattoos covering the rest of her leg. Right arm with lotus flowers and a koi fish, and on her back with footprints and names and dates. You can see them in the photos there. Melissa was last seen in Monroe, Wisconsin, and traveling to Shannon, Illinois with her boyfriend. She was last seen wearing a black Michael Kors jacket with an unknown colored shirt underneath, blue jeans that had holes, and unknown colored shoes. Melissa and her boyfriend were driving in her silver Toyota Tundra, which is located the next day abandoned on Bolton Road in Stevenson County, Illinois. All of Melissa's belongings were still in the vehicle. Melissa has not been seen or heard from since then. It is out of the ordinary for her not to have contact with her loved ones or not to be with her children. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. If you have any information regarding Melissa's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Greene County, Illinois Sheriff's Office at 608-328-9400 or Greene County, Illinois Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-7463, or Carroll County, Illinois Sheriff's Department at 816-244-2635, and see if we can't help get her located. It's interesting that the sheriff's number in Carroll County is an 816 because that's a Kansas City area code.
That could be a goof up on my part.
I don't know why I didn't notice that before, but yeah, that's a Kansas City area code.
I'll check into it.
Okay.
Our next case is out of South Dakota. This is Emma Huska. She is missing out of Rapid City, South Dakota on January 16th, 2023. She's 16 years old, 5'6", 207 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Her hair was brown, but she had red in it at the time she went missing, and she does wear glasses. She does have a tattoo on her left hand of a spider web with a heart and an infinity sign on her finger. She does have her nose, septum, her gums, and her tongue pierced. Emma was last seen wearing a red sweatshirt in Cannon Lake Park campground area. If you have any information regarding Emma's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605-394-4131. Her case number is 23-200696. Hopefully they will get her located soon.
Hopefully so.
Our next case is an older case from 1983. This is Doris Jean Stalker, missing from Emmleton, Pennsylvania. She went missing on November 28, 1983. She was 54 at the time of her disappearance. She would now be 93, 5 foot, 100 pounds, brown hair, and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing blue jeans in a 3/4 length imitation brown leather coat and brown suede shoes. She was wearing a diamond ring, a wide wedding band, and a birthstone ring. She was last seen in the parking lot of the Emmleton, Pennsylvania supermarket. Doris and her husband had reported that they had went to the pharmacy in Merrillsville, Pennsylvania to pick up a prescription. However, that pharmacy was closed. So they then drove to the Super Duper market in Emmleton, Pennsylvania, where Mr. Stalker went into the store and Doris waited in the car. It was reported that he was only gone for about 6 to 7 minutes. And when he returned, around 8 p.m., the side door of the car was open. Doris was gone. Her purse was still in the car. The next day, there was a search in the area around the supermarket as well as the Allegheny River. However, there was no trace of Doris. If you have any information regarding Doris's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Pennsylvania State Police Department at 814-876-6596. And I couldn't find any updates if anything else has happened on that case at all. But it's really strange. And missing person alert page said, thank you for spotlighting Doris. You are welcome. Do you want to do Stella Eagletail?
Sure. Stella Eagletail, missing from Rapid City, South Dakota since December 16th of 2022. She's 15, 5'3", 114 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black shirt and gray sweatpants. If you have any information regarding Stella's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Rapid City South Department. It's 605-394-4131 and see if we can't get Stella located and back to where she needs to be. You're muted.
Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and play the located safe roll. There were quite a few that were located safe here the last week. So yeah, quite a few of them out of South Dakota were located. So
That's
and
good.
some of
It's
them are,
always good to see the located safes.
yeah, some of them have been gone for quite a little bit. August in there.
Wow. Well, hopefully they stay put.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And missing person alert. Hashtag Stella Eagle Tail 15. Hashtag South Dakota. And hashtag located safe. It's definitely always nice to see the located safe. Our next case is out of Texas. This is Eric Thomas Oliverdo. He went missing from Atlanta, Texas on November 19th of 2018. He was 32 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 36. He's between 6'5" and 6'6", 270 to 280 pounds, black hair and hazel eyes. He does wear glasses and contacts. He has multiple tattoos on his face, abdomen, arms, and his right calf. His neck says Spanish blood, and he may go by the name Slow. If you look there in the bottom, those are all of his pictures of his tattoos that he has. Eric was last seen wearing camouflage pajamas, pants, a white t-shirt, gray jacket, and unknown colored house slippers, leaving his home at 1 a.m. on November 19th, 2018. If you have any information regarding Eric's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Atlanta, Texas Police Department at 903-796-7973 or the Texas Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 800-346-3243. Case number is 19669-18. He is in Namus, MP 54521. Also, there's another clearinghouse, the Texas Clearinghouse, M1811007. And I know that his family's wanting to get him home. I see his flyer around quite a bit, so I'm really happy when I see people sharing flyers and stuff and getting these stories out. Do you want to do James Valdez?
Yeah. Yep. James Lubin, Jamie Valdez, missing from Boonville, Arkansas since June 10th of 2021. Was 47 when he went missing. He's now 49. 5'9" to 5'10", weighs 200 to 220 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Has tattoo Sierra on his left arm and a mole on his left cheek. Jamie had left his home on June 10, 2021, taking with him $600 in a bag of clothes. He left driving a 2010 Chevy Equinox. Was last seen by friends in Ozark, Arkansas on June 12, 2022, when having dinner. He had stated that he was going back to Boonville, but he never arrived. The Chevy Equinox was found on June 19, 2022, off of Dry Creek Road. Some of his personal items were located, but his keys, phone, and handgun have never been located. If you have any information regarding Jamie's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Boonville, Arkansas Police Department at 479-675-3508 and see if we can't find out what happened to James and see if he's okay.
If you guys have any questions, comments, anything, feel free to send a comment and let us know. The next case is out of Rapid City, South Dakota. This is Louis Gallego Jr. He went missing on November 2nd of 2022. He is 15, 5 foot, 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He does have a tattoo, 33, on his right hand. He was last seen wearing a black sweater, black pants, and Nike shoes. If you have any information regarding Lewis's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605-394-4131. So there's quite a few out of Rapid City. Trying to get all the cases covered that I could possibly cover. Is there anything going on over in Kansas, Ricky?
Just covering or watching a few things. I've been contacted by Mandy Alexander's sister, who is a victim of the Dolly Madison murders and Great Band, and she sent me some links to a couple of podcasts. One she's on, one she's not. Today, I got a message from her about a petition that's going around to get some bigger eyes on the investigation. That they feel like that Great Bend PD probably bungled up some things in the beginning, and they want some fresh eyes and some higher places to look at it, like the FBI and that kind of thing. So I'm watching that and seeing how that's going to go.
Right.
And I'm going to cover that case in more detail on our podcast later on the KMU pod.
Okay. Yeah, there's been several cases where they've have found remains again. They're finding a lot of remains, and one of the cases that we covered last week, Christian Hernandez, it was confirmed that the remains that they had found down in Arkansas was him. He had been missing since 2020. He was the gentleman that had left his house when it was 20 below, snowing, and he left in a t-shirt and shorts, definitely not dressed for the weather. And they did find him out in a wooded area. There has been no information whether there was foul play or what happened, but they did find him.
Yeah.
So
I said I did see where they found 4-year-old Athena Brownfield's remains as well down in Oklahoma. They were looking for her, and they got both of her caretakers in jail and charged, I believe, in connection with her disappearance and death, I do believe.
Right.
So
there's been quite a few of them. Yeah, very sad. And there was an Amber Alert last week where the girls are visiting their non-custodial dad at a supervised visit. The grandma took off with them. But they did actually get the girls, and they were located safe. And both of them, the father and the grandmother, are under arrest. Not really sure how she got them when they were being supervised visit. But
makes you wonder.
Right. So that was it. I know a lot of people are talking about why are there not more Amber Alerts out there, because they're so important.
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of criteria that has to be met before they can issue one too. So main thing being there has to be proof of an abduction, and some of them require vehicle description and a possible direction of travel in which the vehicle's going. So there are some requirements. My personal opinion is the Amber Alert system needs to be revamped and reworked a little bit, I think.
Oh, I agree. It's kind of like the Love kids that we covered last week. They've been missing since October. No one's heard anything about their case.
Wow.
Until we came across it, and there's no Amber Alert, and they're both a year or less old. Mark Milligan wants to know where are we out of, and do you cover all missing persons cases?
I'm in Kansas, is where I'm at. Good old flatlands of Kansas.
Good old flatlands of Kansas. Yeah, I'm out of the Midwest. That's what I'm going to say. I try to keep where I'm located kind of confidential, but we're in the United States. Do we cover all? I would love to cover every missing person's case, but I'll cover it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'd say I primarily do Kansas, but I do some out-of-state ones from time to time.
I cover any state. I have covered some out of country. I do have one case out of British Columbia, and I do have someone that's wanting me to do some cases out of the United Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But any case, I think Ricky's the same. I think we're both on the same page. If someone asks us to do something to cover a case, we're going to cover it.
Yeah.
So
I toyed with when I first started doing Kansas Missing and Unsolved, wanting to expand it to, nationwide, but I just didn't want to get overwhelmed being that it's just me. And I've had other helpers over the years, been doing Kansas Missing for 11 years now, almost 11 years, 11 years in April. But I mean, Kansas in and of itself can be a pretty big undertaking, so I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew.
He tells me all the time I'm crazy to
I mean,
do
I
nationwide,
work a
but
40-hour job every week. I have my daughter, you know. I mean, she's
right.
18, but she's special needs, so I mean, she requires a lot of attention. So,
Right.
I mean, I do what I can.
Mark is saying, I understand my brother's been missing for 38 years from Ohio. If you want to contact me after the show, I most definitely would put something together. We could get them covered next week if you would like. I do have some cases out of Iowa, so I'm trying to get as many covered as I possibly can. And like Ricky said, he does cover out of state other than
Yeah, I do.
Kansas.
I do.
So yeah, we definitely would love to cover him. Just give us the information and we can go from there.
I mean, I've done flyers for cases out of Oregon, Texas, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Washington State, Indiana. I mean, everywhere. So,
We won't say no.
yeah.
A Facebook user said, I believe they found a baby this week buried in the woods. So sad, can't remember what state, but someone saw suspicious activity in the woods and reported it. Thank God for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I heard something about that, but not for sure. They did find some remains out of Kansas City yesterday, and how they stumbled upon it is kind of really weird. The police got a call about some weird individuals out by that water treatment plant, and when they went out there, they found remains.
Right.
So I don't know if those people were out there have anything to do with the remains. Like maybe they put them out there, they were trying to move them. I haven't heard. So very curious to see who that possibly be, because there's a lot of cases out of Kansas City area.
Yeah, I know Desiree Ferris's family's watching it too and seeing who, because they think it's possible that it might be Desiree Ferris.
Right.
So they're keeping an eye on that.
It's about, I think, 25 minutes outside of Kansas City, or 20. It's not in the limits, but it's right out there. And then someone also said he has a family member missing. I believe that's why he's asked. Yeah, definitely. Mark, if you want to get with me after the show, or send a messenger on Guardian, we will definitely get him covered out there for you. Someone says, if you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. I absolutely agree.
Definitely.
You could always send a message to either me or Ricky about it. Let us know. Any little piece could break open a missing persons case, even if you think it's irrelevant, or too tiny or whatever. Sometimes it's the little stuff that breaks something way open for that.
Right.
So, and a Facebook user said, love your show. Thank you very much, whoever that is. And then Mark said, I'm always looking to keep getting his story out. I've done a ton in the last year. I do podcasts every 2 weeks with a true crime analyst. I have a Facebook group dedicated to him, and I will definitely contact you.
Cool.
Great. Yeah. I appreciate that. And that's awesome that you do a podcast and have a page for him. If you are a family member out there, you guys do have pages. I am on a lot of pages for different cases. If I have a flyer out for them, or you post a flyer or something, make sure you guys post those pages on there so people can check out your groups and give you guys support and stuff. I try to put up as many as I can, but definitely there are a lot of families out there that have pages dedicated to their loved ones. So if you guys could do that, that would be great. Do you want to do the next one out of Arkansas, Matthew Crocker?
Yeah, Matthew Wade Crocker, missing out of Van Buren, Arkansas since June 9th, 1983. He was 4 months old when he went missing. He'd now be 39. He was 2 foot tall when he went missing, 20 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. So obviously he'd be much bigger than that now.
Right.
He was allegedly abducted from his home by an unknown female, and there's a sketch there at the bottom. When he was 4 months old, he would be 39 now. He had a concave chest at the time of his disappearance. The suspect was a white female who may have worked in a carnival. She had a tattoo of a unicorn on her upper left arm, a tattoo on the left side of her chest of a star that was green and yellow. She had a long scar on the back of her right shoulder. A 1973 Vega car was later located the next day at I-40 rest stop near Sallisaw, Oklahoma. If you have any information regarding Matthew's disappearance, or you know his whereabouts, please call the Van Buren, Arkansas Police Department at 479-474-1234 and see if maybe we can help get Matthew tracked down all these years later.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Someone said if my baby went missing, I'd lose my mind. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree. I know talking to several families, they ask, what would you do? And I told them some of the families, like the extremes that they go to find their missing, I can't say that I wouldn't do the same. It would be hard for me not to overturn every rock and, do the things that the families are out doing. So I don't know. My heart definitely goes out to a lot of the families for what they're going through.
Right. Definitely.
Okay. This is Abby Rain Schaefer. I share her every week. She went missing from Kansas City, Missouri on May 23rd of 2022. She was 22 at the time of her disappearance. She is now 23, 5'2", 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have a birthmark on her forehead, which you can see in some of her photographs. She has her nose, lip, and ears pierced. She has multiple tattoos, which you can see in the pictures below. Abby went missing from her home around 12:40 p.m. on May 23rd of 2022 when she got into an unknown car with an unknown male who was sitting outside of her house for 6 hours prior. She was last seen on her door camera, and that's that picture of her walking in where she is wearing the tan crop shirt and black leggings and Nike sandals. She came in to get her cat. The car and the cat have both been located. Abby's phone had pinged in many places the day of her disappearance, but she has had no activity since that day. There's been no activity on her social media. It is definitely not like her not to contact her loved ones or to be on social media. Abby was last known to be taken to an address in South Kansas City, Missouri, where she was observed entering the address but never exiting. If you have any information regarding Abby's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department Sex Crimes/Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5220 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 866-362-8422. One thing that I will say updated, there will be billboards that are going to go throughout the metro of Kansas City that will have Abby's case on it.
Good deal.
They were supposed to come up this week. I haven't had anybody confirm that they've seen them yet. So if anybody does see them, please send a picture. I know that her family was very shocked and surprised that a search and rescue, I guess, is the ones putting that up in front of it, and it was unexpected. This is not a search and rescue that they had talked to. They had posted on her personal page that is set up for her that they were putting up billboards. So it sounds like more than one, and it's going to be throughout the Kansas City area. And I know her family is very appreciative and very happy that that's being done, because that was something that had been looked at to how you get a billboard up. I know other families have gotten it done, but I know some of that stuff can be very expensive. But very thankful to this search group that is putting those up. It was shocking for the family. So hopefully we'll get some answers on where Abby is. Like I said, the car's been found. And that was good. Everybody asked about the driver. Can't release anything about the driver, but the car and the cat have been found, and police are very active on her case. So we're hoping something will cut loose here soon and give some answers.
Yeah, hopefully.
Someone said billboards should be utilized more. I agree.
I agree.
One thing I didn't know when I started talking to Rapid City, South Dakota, I guess they have digital billboards up there around Rapid City that they do put missing persons on. And I didn't know
That's good. That's
And
good.
I really wish that we could get something pushed to have more put up across
Yeah.
the nation. I think it's very important. Okay, so the next two cases go together. So I'm going to cover one and then the other. This is Susan Lacey Fast Eagle, missing out of Rapid City, South Dakota on May 3rd of 2021. She was 30 at the time of her disappearance. She is now 31. She is 5'2", 160 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does wear glasses. She has a tattoo on her left arm, say Melachano, and a hatchet man on her right arm. And there is a picture of that at the bottom. She may go by the name Susan Chief Eagle. Susan was last seen by her boyfriend, Verdell Brown Bull, in the area of the Memorial Park in Rapid City, South Dakota. Verdell has since been reported missing to the Ogallala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety. There is a $3,000 reward for information that leads to Susan's location. If you have any information regarding Susan's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department at 605-394-4131. And I'm going to go ahead, and this is Verdell James Brown Bull Jr. He went missing the same day that Susan did. He was 51 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 52. His height is 5'8", 200 pounds. He has gray hair and brown eyes. He is enrolled in the Ogallala Sioux Tribe. And again, he was last seen with Susan in the area of the Memorial Park on May 3rd of 2021. And again, if you have any information regarding either Verdell's or Susan's disappearance, or you know their whereabouts, please call the Ogallala Sioux Tribe, South Dakota Department of Public Safety at 605-867-5141. And they actually had them on video surveillance. And I had seen them. So hopefully they can get them located. Do you want to do Lucas?
Sure. Okay. Lucas Allen Prassis, missing from Wynne, Arkansas since November 29th of 2013. Was 20 when he went missing. He's now 30. 5'7", 172 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does have a history of mental health issues which require medication. He has no substance abuse issues. Lucas had been dropped off at his at his apartment on the 2400 block of Highway 1 North in Wynne, Arkansas. And when the person went back 2 days later, his house was unlocked with nothing disturbed or stolen. Lucas has not been seen or heard from since then. He does not drive. Lucas has been described as a person loner and keeps to himself. If you have any information regarding Lucas's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Cross County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department at 870-238-8178 and see if we can't find out what happened to Lucas.
Yeah, kind of an odd case.
Yeah.
All right. And our last case that we're going to cover tonight is Michael Young. He is missing out of Little Rock, Arkansas. He went missing on August 13th, 2020. He was 14 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 16. He is 5'7", 130 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Michael's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Little Rock, Arkansas Police Department at 501-371-4606 or NCMEC at 800-843-4606. 5678. I did try to get a lot of the Arkansas cases covered. I still have several I need to do. Some updates with Guardian. Been working on some of the resources. I'm getting ready to post all the current law enforcement numbers for Texas as of 2023 and get those up on the resource page for you guys, for anybody in Texas. I will continue to work on law enforcement in other states as well. Also getting some of the state statutes up in the resource page. I have also put in there, if you're out hiking, fishing, or out in the wilderness, something that Ricky kind of covered last week, the importance of, be aware of your surroundings when you're walking around. It doesn't even have to be a wooded area, but definitely in these wooded areas. If you see something, take a picture of it. Do not disturb it. Don't touch it. Put something where you can find it, like what Ricky had said.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely take a picture of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the little detective in me. Take a picture of it. It could be anything out there could uncover a missing person.
I mean, be looking for things like articles of clothing or a discarded shoe or, stuff like that, backpack, things along those lines.
So that's something that's definitely important to be looking at.
Yeah, discarded bedding would be another one.
Yeah, if you see something like wrapped up in a
tarp or a blanket
or something. Someone said billboards are needed. I definitely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
You are very welcome.
Yeah, I agree. If you see something, say something. No matter how minute or small you think that little bit of information might be, it could be just the huge piece that they need.
Right. Definitely. Other things, do you have anything new out on your page or anything, Ricky?
Just
that you're working on?
Just posted a few new flyers over the last couple of days. I think I did update one located save, but it's actually been kind of quiet, which is a little concerning because usually I'm more active than that on the page, and it's just been kind of really. There's been a lot of comments and things like that, but it just. I guess it's good when there's not people missing, but when I look at KBI and I see there's, nearly 500 people in the state missing, and I know I don't have them all, and with KBI, the big problem is lack of photos, so.
That's a problem in a lot of databases, and that's something that some of us advocates are really trying to push, to get photos because it just helps get people located more if you know what they actually look at. Look like. Right. Because anybody could be 5 foot tall, brown hair, blue eyes.
Right.
That could be anybody.
Yeah.
And the police can't just go out and stop everybody that looks like a description.
Right. You hear 5'8", 190 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Well, you just described a huge part of the population of the country.
Right. Definitely.
Pictures will help greatly.
Yep. I did post out on the website this week about the scams. That's a big thing that I forgot to talk about last week.
Yeah.
This is a huge problem. The FBI has come down and talked to law enforcement. I did have law enforcement that contacted me. They are telling all law enforcement to contact families of the missing on how to protect yourself and stuff. And I have helped a few families work through some of these issues. The form, I will tell you, is not a fun form to fill out. It's not very super clear on what they want. A lot of it is like the biggest thing for families to protect yourself, do not put your personal number out there.
Right.
Do not give anybody that contacts you any information that they can use to try to solicit money from you. Mm-hmm. A lot of these people will never give you proof of life. So that's definitely a hardcore thing that it's a scam.
Oh yeah.
I've seen where people have tried to Photoshop some stuff, and they really need to brush up those skills because it's more than obvious that it's not. So if you're ever contacted by someone that says, "Hey, I have so and so, I have your loved one," or whatever, immediately contact the law enforcement agency that is running your case. Immediately let them know, take screenshots, get information from them. But also, it is in the resource page, the IC3 form, I believe it is. It is out on the FBI page. That is for any type of person that comes to you through an email, social media, contacting you, try to solicit funds. They'll want you to pay by buying gift certificate like cards and Bitcoin and all that stuff. They have found that a lot of these people are not in our country that are doing it. Right. So definitely you need to contact law enforcement, and the FBI really wants people to fill out those forms because they are taking them very, very serious. Right. And it really is becoming a problem. Yeah. And I want you guys to be protected. Definitely. Do you have anything to add to that, Ricky?
Yeah, actually I do. Over the course of the years I've been doing this, I've been asked a lot if, by family members, can I put my phone number on the flyer? And I tell them that I don't do that I do my best to protect the family from scams like that, because I have heard of instances where family members will get called and they'll get a call from somebody saying, hey, they either know where the family member is or they have the family member. Send me X amount of money and I'll either, tell you where to pick them up or give you the information of where they are. All those are is money extortion scams. Basically all those are. There's also another type of scam that's been going around, and it's kind of on the reverse end of that. It's missing persons posts that are going up, but they're fake posts. And what they do is they get people to share them. And then when people start commenting and stuff, it switches from a missing person situation to where they're to solicit money using a fake missing persons post. So be very, very, and how I've been picking up on it is I've been tagged on quite a few of them. And what they do is they use the same name, but they'll change the picture. They've used like 2 or 3 different pictures of one guy and use the same name. And they usually are, I've been seeing them come up in like community Facebook pages for different communities and things like that is where they're popping up, and people are tagging me and commenting and stuff and messaging them to me and stuff, which I don't mind. I'm glad people do that, but I go in and I look at it and check it out, and it's like, oh nope, this one's a scam one, so and what they usually do too on those is when they post those, they shut the comments down so they can't comment. So nobody can comment on those posts. I don't know if it's the poster shutting the comments or if it's the admin of the group shutting it down, but they're shutting the comments. You can't comment and say, hey, this is a scam, so that's really weird. I don't know how that brain
right.
That guy.
And one thing, I know there are a few advocates that are on the podcast right now. We all I work together to shut those down. Mm-hmm. If we see it, we try to reach out to other advocates. So all of our platforms will have that information. One thing that's good is, contact one of us advocates that are out there. If you feel like you're being scammed, you have us as allies to get you through that and everything. And like I said, I have had to do some intervening work with scammers because I'm telling you, they will tell you anything.
Oh yeah.
And they'll get really nasty. And I just don't want a family to go through that. Mm-hmm. But, never give out your phone number. I too will not put personal phone numbers on my flyers. And like Ricky said, we're doing that to protect the family because you guys need to be protected as much as anybody.
Yeah.
So
you guys are already going through enough turmoil and stress with having a missing loved one. You don't need this added on top of it. Just compounds the problem.
Absolutely. So check that out. It is on the website that has the link everywhere you can go, and you can just go out on the FBI and look up scams or Google scams, and they'll let you know. Someone put hashtag Guardian Voice of the Missing, streaming from Kansas, hashtag missing person alert, says much love and a million thank yous for everyone missing, and hashtag we will not be silenced. That has been my theme since I got banned on Facebook. I want to apologize again. Facebook didn't really like me sharing a lot of missing persons flyers. It's the only thing I could think of because that's all I do. So last week, the group did not get to see the stream of the podcast. I apologize, guys. I tried to get it over to you guys, and I was restricted for a week, and Facebook wouldn't tell me why, and they wouldn't respond to me, and I was messaging them constantly trying to figure out why. But that was my big thing is I guess you could restrict me, but you can't silence it, because again, I want to thank all the advocates out there that shared, and I want to thank all the families that shared flyers that weren't even their loved ones flyers. So I appreciate all of you guys like helping me out while I was in Facebook jail. I guess I've never been in there before, but I was not liking it. It's really hard for me to not share and do what I need to do for the family. So I felt bad.
Real quick, I want to go back to those scam missing persons posts. On the adult male one, it's usually an older gentleman, around 70-ish or so, and they're saying that he walked away from the family home and he took the family dog, and then usually they'll change up the dog's name, but the missing man's name stays the same. And with the other one, it's a boy, and they usually swap it out. There's two or three different boys' pictures they use. Same name. Sometimes they include the dog, sometimes they don't. So, just be real careful with those. I don't mind being tagged or having the link sent to me so I can check it out. I just wish I could comment on the post and say, hey, this is a scam. But like I say, they turn the comments off, so I can't.
Right.
And I can't figure out how to get a hold of an admin.
Yeah. Good. Getting hold of Facebook is pretty interesting. Yeah, so anything that we can do, but I did get that out there. I apologize that it took me a little while, but I did get it out there for you guys in ways that you can protect yourselves. That's something that is very important to us. And like I said, reach out to any of our advocates. Like I said, there's other advocates that I work with. They all have their own platforms. There's some great ones out there. But you also, as a missing family, you need to be careful who you talk to, too. I can't say that all advocates are the same.
Right.
But I know the group of people that I work that have their own platforms are pretty amazing people, and they would do anything for you. So, and I know Ricky, don't forget, Ricky has his podcast out on KMU at 9:00 Central Time. For anybody that wants to hop over there and watch his podcast, you can. If you guys have any cases that you want covered, let us know. I may possibly, Ricky can't help me because he has to work. He has to close on Monday. But Facebook told me that a lot of people that are on my page, that's kind of the high time, is 9:00 on a Monday. I'm playing around whether or not I want to do a second podcast or not during the week. I know we have the cases. That's something I know. So I thought about playing around with that and maybe doing that. And I have been working on videos. Missing Person Alerts has done a lot of videos with my flyers, so I appreciate that. And thank you, Allison, for doing that. But anything that I can do or Ricky can do for you guys, let us definitely know. Someone put, thank you, Tatum. You're truly being the voice for the missing. Thank you.
Actually, the 30th, on Monday the 30th, I get off at 5:30.
Ooh, maybe we'll do it then. I don't know how you guys feel about us doing a second podcast here and there. But another 5-star podcast, Ricky and Tatum. Please do a second podcast. I want to find out who you are, Facebook user.
But the following Thursday, I do close. Next Thursday, I do close.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yep.
Well.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. You'll have to just put up with me, I guess. Hashtag voice for the voiceless. I love that. Definitely. Here's that Facebook user again. Do it.
Do it.
I feel like this Facebook user is, I don't know, putting some pressure, putting some heat. But yeah, guys, definitely anything that we can do, just let us know. We want to cover as many of these as we can. I know there's some cases Ricky and I have talked about doing a podcast or something that puts a little bit more deep in some of the cases. We have a lot of older cases, trying to keep up on them and get new details out there for you guys as much as we can.
Yeah.
but I appreciate all of you guys. The support, definitely, we appreciate it. But yeah, Ricky does his own background, like his whole platform is him. I help him when I can until I started mine, but I still try to help him out when I can.
Yeah, I taught her how to make flyers, and off she went.
I'll still help him. I still want to help him. But yeah, I kind of ran with Nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do share Ricky's flyers on my page as well, and I still share about other places. But it's a lot of work to do, just the flyers and stuff. It's they're sometimes not easy. They have a lot of information, and it's hard to get it all on one little page.
Yeah.
Ricky does have flyers that have more than one page, by the way.
Yeah. I also do a Missouri Missing and Unsolved page as well, which I haven't posted on there in a little while. I need to see what I can get moved over there and posted.
I'll send you some cases.
Okay.
I'll send you some cases because Missouri definitely has a lot of cases out there.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a lot. Facebook user came back and said, "Thank you for being the voice." I don't know if it's the same person every time. And then someone put a little angel. I'm really curious to know who that is. I'm really curious. But we appreciate you guys. Like I said, send an email, send a message to either one of us, and we'll try to get things covered for you guys. And we'll definitely be back. You're not going to be here next Thursday?
Yeah, I won't be. I'll be closing. I don't get off till 9:00. So
okay. Well, I will be here Thursday night. And
well, I should say 9-ish. By the time I get the last of the shoppers out of there, it could be 9:15.
Right. So I will definitely be here next Thursday, and you might just look out. I might try to do one on Monday. I'll have to see if I can squeeze another one. And Mark is saying Iowa has approximately 300 at this current time. Yeah, wow. I started digging into Iowa because someone asked me because of that to dig into Iowa, and I haven't even scratched the surface. It's kind of like Arkansas has they run between 500 to 600. I think they have 529 right now. Kansas averages about between 550 to 600. I can't remember if it's New York. I think New York has over 1,000.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. And I don't know how well they keep up on their stuff. South Dakota, I'm not for sure how many they have. I will tell you that South Dakota's database, they do keep it up. That is one thing I did learn from law enforcement, that they do definitely keep it up. And more law enforcement is using NamUs because I believe because of the Gabby Petito bill that came through is pushing them where they have to use that.
Yeah.
34,000 members in Virginia this week. Not for sure what that is. Is that for a group? Or is that how many they have missing? Because that's crazy if that's how many they have. Facebook user, a million thanks. You both are such amazing advocates.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mark is right. Every state does need cold case units.
Yeah. And Mark, I did send you a friend request just a second ago. Hope you don't mind, but I am a Cowboys fan. I will admit, actually, if you could see the blanket behind me.
3.4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do know there are a lot of law enforcement out there that they are looking back into these cold cases again. There's a lot of new faces in those units, and they are opening up a lot of these cold cases, which I think is a good thing. Mark said he just got it. Well, geez, okay. I feel left out. I guess, I'll send you I want to be a friend. So
I got my phone laying here in front of me so I can I can multitask.
I see. Wisconsin missing isn't accurate. I believe it's actually closer to 500 due to most being indigenous. I would agree. I don't think Wisconsin's is very current, and it's sad to say that a lot of them are not very current. Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to do my best with my platform. That's what you've been told about Wisconsin. Yeah. I wish there was some better. Arkansas has a really good platform. Never Forgotten. That's pretty accurate. I will tell you, NCMEC is not accurate. The National Children's Exploited.
It takes them a while to
It
update.
takes a little bit to get their stuff updated. KBI is not always accurate, but I do notice they are putting more pictures up. I was over there the other day looking at something, and I do notice, but they're putting up pictures on older cases.
That's good.
Someone says NamUs isn't updated. That is true, but I will tell you there are law enforcement, like I said, now. I know Kansas City, Missouri, they have went in and updated their platform, and they are working on all that NamUs and getting stuff updated. And there's more law enforcement that's doing it because it has become a huge push that NamUs needs to be used more and stuff needs to be accurate. That is true. NamUs does not hold all the missing. That is very true. They do not. And I'm hoping that is going to change. And then thousands of unidentified remains. That is one thing Ricky does. I have never done an unidentified, but Ricky has several. I did post one of his the other day, but that is, I know also people don't just vanish. Don't just, sorry, you're going to kill me. She posts a lot of unidentified as well. So those are some cases that definitely need to be out there as well. There are some good platforms out there that's all they do. But Ricky's done flyers for the unidentified. I have not yet. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to doing it. I will do it. But he has some that he probably needs to get maybe updated again or get back out. So we'll work on getting more of those out.
With the unidentifieds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was distracted. I was reading on Kansas City, Kansas's police department's Facebook. They're currently investigating a homicide of a deceased female that was found inside of her vehicle.
So much stuff that goes on in Kansas City.
Yeah. Not much to report on it other than that. I mean, they were dispatched at 1:50 this afternoon to the 6100 block of Haskell Avenue. And they're asking for anybody with information to call the TIPS hotline, which is the 816-474-8477. And that's all they have basically right now. Keep an eye on that, and when they decide to release the identity, and if they don't have anybody arrested, I'll do an unsolved homicide flyer for her and get that one out there because I have a Kansas Missing and Unsolved Homicides page as well.
Yeah, Ricky does it all. Someone said Underground and Underrepresented Mysteries is another amazing resource. I think I've seen them, but I'm not for sure. I know there's also a Facebook that I believe is Tattooed and Unidentified, and they really post a lot of pictures of unidentified people, but they post their tattoos. That one I think is a really good platform. It's really interesting if you could get out there long enough to. I just haven't had time to really look at it as much. But Mike says, thank you guys. Looking forward to speaking to you both. Thank you, Mark. Looking forward to speaking to you as well. If there's nothing else, you guys, we're going to go ahead and close out because Ricky does have another podcast. But like I said, if there's anything you guys want us to cover, if there's any cases, send that our way. We both are busy. Like Ricky said, he does primarily Kansas. He does Missouri, but he'll do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just working on just several different things. I had Arkansas, South Dakota, Iowa. I can't remember where. I kind of go on a rampage. If I get one case, I kind of go on a rampage for the whole state. So for a while, but just let us know. And Ricky, do you want to say a prayer and we'll close out for the evening?
Sure. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight to go over these missing persons cases. And as I always pray, I pray they find the right ears and the right heart and they'll do the right thing and call in that information that they have and hopefully get some people found and brought home. And until we see each other again, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and amen.
God bless. See you guys later. Thank you guys for joining. And we will see you next week.